everybody, it's time to LOL. Listen out loud, that is. It's time for Anime Jam Session with DJ Ranma S, Mako-chan, and Ari Rockefeller.
Hey everybody, welcome to Anime Jam Session, episode number 615. We are that podcast talks about anime, games, anime, game. I've been doing this show for God knows how long. And
It's you are just overly excited about what's going to happen in 2 weeks for you. So
yeah, I think that's what it is, because I know that almost for like the first few years of doing the show, my intro, I had to have it in OneNote so I can see it, so I can read it, because as Mako can tell you, I have the memory retention of a goldfish. God forbid this is code for work or something like that. I'd have it memorized inside and out. And for several weeks, I was able to do the intro without having to look at the OneNote. And it's one fucking sentence. Anyway, I know. Welcome to Anime Jam Session, episode number 615. We are that podcast that talks about anime, games, conventions, the fandom, geek stuff, and everything in between. I'm DJ Ron Mess.
and I am Mako-chan.
And how are you doing tonight?
A hell of a lot better than I was doing yesterday.
24 hours later.
Yeah, I'll get into that later, but yeah.
Would you believe that I am legitimately stuffed right now?
You're stuck?
Stuffed.
Oh, stuffed.
I mean,
Yeah, I believe it.
I couldn't even finish my dinner. There's like 3 drumsticks left in the box.
Well, you got a snack for later.
I have a feeling it's going to be more like it'll be part of my dinner for tomorrow.
That works too.
I know. And for those of you who don't know, I'll get into that during my weekend day. Okay, so we are live tonight, week of December 5th, 2023, right here on Twitch TV. We're here live Tuesdays from 9 to 10:30 p.m. Eastern. You can always find us at Twitch TV/Anime Jam Session. We're also proud to be part of the Voice of Geeks Network at VogNetwork.com, and you can always find them at Twitch TV/VogNetwork. And come hang out in our Discord at VogNetwork.com/Discord. Every show that's part of the Voice of Geeks Network has their own channel, so come through and hang out and have a good time. Unfortunately, Ari is not with us tonight. He is working the mid-shift, but he will be back next week for the last show of the year. Where does the time go? Alright, so we're going to move things along with Mako-chan. I'm going to ask her, how was her week? How was your day? So, Mako-chan, how was your week? How was your day?
Yeah, so holy crap. This weekend on Sunday, we were going to hang some lights in my living room. And because they are basically staying there permanently, it's not just for the holidays, we're going to use double-sided tape. Just the easiest way to put everything up. And so we took measurements, and then my mother went out. She had to go to BJ's and then had to go to Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
She was done. She came back, and during that time that she came back, she proceeded to hand me the double-sided tape and hand me a new blow-up decoration for outside. So between her handing that stuff to me and me setting it up, Damien got out of the house. And I did not realize because I did not see him. So for the rest of the night, I was trying to find the cat and could not find the cat. So finally, at the end of the night, I go, you know what? Maybe he's hiding. Maybe he's not feeling good. I checked outside a little bit. I checked in the garage, couldn't find him. So I figured, maybe he's hiding. Maybe he doesn't feel good. He'll come out, during the night.
Right.
So obviously I got crap sleep because he didn't come out. So in the morning, I called off work because there was no way that I was going into work when I had no idea where the hell my cat was.
Right.
So then, mid morning, mom comes over and she looks through the house, couldn't find the cat. She looks outside, couldn't find the cat. She drives around, couldn't find the cat. By that point, I had posted in local Facebook groups, and because I have a Ring doorbell, I have the Ring neighborhood, so I posted on there. And knowing that, when cats get out, you're supposed to put out, their litter box so that they can smell their own litter box
Right.
and some food. So on top of that, I put out Damien's carrier with my dirty clothes in it
Hmm?
so that he could smell me too. So I go back inside. I'm watching the Ring, can't see shit. It's probably about, you know, 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm like, you know what? Let me check the Ring again. And it didn't show anything, but
Right.
I placed the food in a position that I could see it from the Ring. Well, when I checked it, the food had been eaten,
Ah!
but still nothing showed up on the Ring. So I'm like, all right, let me go out. Maybe he's sitting there. So I go out. There's definitely food completely gone from the bowl, but I don't see him. And I go, you know what? Let me check the carrier. And I just grab the carrier to lift it. I figured, if it was empty, I'd lift it easily. Well, when I lifted it, it was heavy. So then, I tilted it back because there's no telling what the hell is in there. I tilted it back and there's him looking at me like, hi, I would like to go inside now. So the little shit, I don't know where he went. I don't know why he decided to not answer me when I was calling for him or come to me when I was calling for him. He was out for at least 24 hours.
Wow.
Not injured, perfectly fine that way, wasn't really dirty. And so I'm just like, all right, I have no idea what the hell happened. I have no idea where the hell you went. And now you learned that you really shouldn't be going outside.
I I really think he was underneath the house, just sitting there, just
I
lazing
mean,
there.
it is possible. Because there are a couple of holes because there's a gopher that lives under there.
Hmm.
I don't know if he got under there because, now that it's winter, the gopher is, digging deeper. So I don't know. He might have been under there. There's woods behind me, so he might have been in there. No idea, but I'm just really glad he's home.
We all are. But I'm more inclined to believe he was underneath the house because the food's gone. That's what I believe because he was nearby to pick up the scent of the food.
Um, Cats actually can smell between a mile and a half to 4 miles away.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that's why they say to put their litter out.
Wow.
Because they'll smell themselves, they'll smell their litter. They get so used to using that litter. That's why I put my dirty clothes out because the scent of me would be stronger on dirty clothes. Um, so, I tuck them into the carrier because, again, they have, I mean, not as strong as dogs, but they have a pretty, strong sense of smell.
Mhm.
So I'm just happy that he's home and, in one piece and not hurt or anything like that. And I had it on my Ring camera because as soon as I picked up that carrier and realized it was him, I lost it.
Hmm.
I lost it. My mother was watching it after the fact because I rang the doorbell and it also goes to her phone.
Right.
So she watched it after the fact and was laughing her ass off because I was bawling. I was bawling. I was so happy. So she messages me. I was talking to her today, and I said, yeah, I said, I said, I kind of lost it when I found him. And she's like, yeah, I saw. I said, you sat there and watched it? She's like, of course I'm going to sit there and watch it. I said, yeah, I deleted it. She's like, damn you. Yeah. Thanks, Ma. Love you too.
Well, this is sure proof that the apple doesn't fall far from the goddamn tree.
No, it really doesn't.
No, because honestly, are, are you? This is your mother here. Can you really be angry at her for laughing at you?
No, because I know she was laughing at me, if I had been truly upset,
Right, she wouldn't have.
she wouldn't have. But the fact that I lost it like that because I was so happy, she yeah, I had a feeling it was going to end in laughter for her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
All right, all right, all right. Enough about the reunion. My work end day has been pretty good, pretty decent. We're now in what I like to call the lull state. Now, what I mean by the lull state is this is when not that many tickets come in, but we start getting like the complicated tickets that pop up here and there. But it gives us time to get them done. Like today, I spent half my shift working on replacing 2 laptops for users. And at my job, what we do is normally, if they forget their machine, we give them a loaner. Most places, if you forget a machine or if your machine has to be repaired, you get a loaner. We have a stockpile. So if your machine is busted for whatever reason, we will swap it out right there, and that's your machine. And we update it in the system. The old machine will either be retired or it will be repaired. And once it's been repaired, it gets re-imaged, it gets thrown into the pile for the next person. That's basically how we do it. So I just found myself just with a little bit of extra, downtime, just handling stuff. Um, my items for my trip to Japan, which is actually I can't believe is like in 9 days. Somebody at work was actually had like a countdown clock going. I was like, well, damn. But the suitcase arrived. I have like a little Galaxy Tag tracker to throw in there, which arrived. A couple other things. So more than likely, probably this weekend or Sunday, I will start slowly packing my clothes for my trip and doing my last loads of laundry and make sure everything is done. What's great is every hotel I'm staying at has a has a laundry room, so I'm covered for that. So, and I'm looking forward to it. The only thing now is I just been keeping tabs on yen. So I wish I had bought yen when it was at 150 to $1, but whatever it is, come next Monday, I'm just gonna pull the trigger, make the purchase, and go about my day. And I know a lot of people have said just use your card for purchases, and I'm like, there's only one card that I can use for purchases where I will not have to pay a fee or anything, and that's my Amex. My Amex, I paid for the trip with my Amex card, and I'd rather not, put stuff on there. So, and that's basically the long and short of my weekend day. I also want to give you an update on the photos. Um, if you went to another anime convention 2023, the photos are up for you to check out. So please enjoy those. If you went to J1Con, the photos are up. So please check those out. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to have the Anime NYC photos done before my trip. So more than likely, I'll try to start on those and finish them when I return. So they'll be up probably by the first week of January. But I will have the videos from AAC and J1Con up. Those will be up. No questions about that. So I'm actually trying to learn a technique on video editing. So if this works, the videos for the Idol Showcase and the Masquerade you're going to really like them, and I hope you do. So that's it about our week and day. I'm going to get into some housekeeping notices here. Right. Don't forget, episodes of this podcast is available. Video podcast is available on our YouTube page at youtube.com/anime jam session. Just click on playlist and you'll see podcasts. All the episodes are there. There's no prior plays or prior years. It's just you'll see podcasts. Episodes are there. They go up Thursdays at midnight, so definitely check those out. No more cons for the year. We are 100% done with those, so yay for us. And next Tuesday is our 2023 Christmas special. So it'll be me, Mako, Ari. I believe Wild Spice may be joining us. I know Barry will be joining us. It's just going to be a chill night. We're going to probably talk holiday stories. Might find a couple of interesting things to discuss. We'll bring back Ask Staff Chat. You know, if you want to ask us some crazy or outlandish questions, go for it, you know. But we'll see how it goes. So now we got that out the way, we're going to get into one of our favorite parts of the show, Geek Roundtable. This is where we talk more about the geekier aspects of our week, or we will take a cool geek item from our collection and share it for everyone to take a look at. So what do you have for us this week there, Mako?
So this is the last of my album spending spree.
Mm.
And I decided that I really needed to get the vinyl version of the Foo Fighters' Greatest Hits album.
Nice.
Just because, you know, it does have some older pictures in there, and it's very nice. So I had to support some of the boys.
Makes sense. All right, so I had something I wanted to show off for this week, but I'm going to save it for next week. But I will show this off. Again, I'm not the biggest fan of bunny figurines. For me to purchase them, I must have some type of like for the character or how their pose or whatever works for me. And like I said, I believe I only have one, and that's my Sakurajima from Bunny Rascals is a Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. So my other bunny figurine is Utaha Kasumi Gayoka, one of the main heroines in Sodetaka. I'm looking at it here, see if I can get the full version of the title, because everyone calls it Sodetaka because that's the abbreviation for it. Whatever. That font is too small and I can't really see it. So even with my glasses off, I'd probably be staring into the freaking abyss about it. But basically, the long and short of this anime is about a group that are making what is considered like a great date sim game. Right, so the series is called Seinai Heroine no Sodetaka. That's the name of the series. It is 2 seasons and a movie. The first season, I believe, is available on Crunchyroll / Funimation. Season 2 is available on Amazon, and you'll have to dig around for the movie. For anime, I have caught up with Spy Family. I have caught up with Eminence in Shadow. I have caught up with Kenshin. And I'm not caught up with this, but I did find myself marathoning this, Frieren. I will say, it's far and few that I am up to 4 o'clock in the morning watching anime. I can't remember the last time I did that when I had work the next day. I did that Sunday. Last night, I think I was up to like almost 3 catching up with it. Yeah. This anime is really good. we're going to talk about the series later on in tonight's episode, but Frieren is really good. I mean, I don't really say this far and few, but this would be, I think this is my anime of the year.
Really?
Yes, I believe this could be my anime of the year. Let me give you a quick summary of it, and then we'll get into tonight's topics and so forth. The story is about Frieren, who is a elven mage. Her and her party just killed the Demon King. So they're watching the meteor shower, and she says, I'll come back in 50 years and we'll watch it again. Because she is an elf, time doesn't mean much to her. When she returns, her party is old. And upon the death of the hero, she has regrets. She regrets that she never got the time to really get to know the people in her party. So, meets up with the priest, who tricks her into taking on an apprentice, and she goes to heaven where she has an opportunity to speak to the hero, I guess to get to know him or say some real last words or whatever. And that's basically what it is. It's more or less like, well, what do you do after you finish the campaign? Some people say you just go marauding and this and that. I'm like, well, not everybody wants to do that. And I want you to think about that. What do you do after you've finished the campaign? What is there next to do? So that's basically what it is. It's really, really good. Mako, I think you would definitely like Frieren's personality. She's basically extremely nonchalant, even when she's shit talking you. Also very lazy and slightly dependent on others, but she carries her own. It's actually really good. So, I mean, I just watched one of the episodes in Japanese, and when the dub comes out, I'm going to go back and rewatch it. It's really good. I highly recommend watching Frieren, especially if you are a fan of tabletop gaming, D&D, Forgotten Realms, anything along those lines. It's definitely worth the watch. And now that we got that out the way, Mako, you mind kicking things off with tonight's story about what's going on with Jujutsu Kaisen?
Sure.
Awesome, thank you.
Okay. So, in recent weeks, a number of animators working for MAPPA have revealed that their working conditions are less than ideal. In light of the speculated harsh environment that animators are struggling with in animating the recent season, focusing on Jujutsu Tech, the English voice actor of Satoru Gojo has shared his thoughts on the reports. Kaiji Von Tang might be best known at the moment for bringing Gojo to life, but he has had a big career in the anime world, playing roles in Pluto, Boruto, Naruto Next Generation, Mashle, Magic and Muscles, Vinland Saga, The Seven Deadly Sins, Lupin, and Demon Slayer. Not limiting his talents to anime, he also has roles in some major video games such as Pokemon Detective Pikachu, Yakuza Like a Dragon, Street Fighter VI, Mortal Kombat 1, and Star Ocean. In a recent plea, he both praises the animators responsible for the Shibuya incident arc, while hoping that MAPPA will do right by those responsible for bringing Geki Akutami's shonen series to life. In a new social media post, the English voice actor discussed the recent controversy, saying, despite a horrendous production schedule, MAPPA animators have delivered another masterpiece this week. I think I can speak for everyone when I say, please, MAPPA, we can wait for greatness to give these superhuman animators the rest they deserve. Also give them a raise. So as of present, MAPPA has yet to comment on the reported conditions of animators working on Jujutsu Kaisen second season. Recently, an anonymous animator on the Shibuya incident arc discussed work conditions on the series, stating silencing the staff from talking about how atrocious the work conditions are is comically evil. I don't care at this point because, yes, the schedule is beyond terrible. The fact that work gets done at all with any level of competency is incredible. I will not compromise my health for work that won't even cover all of my rent, let alone any other expenses. My main job and my overall well-being mean more to me. Being well-being mean more to me than the fear of being blacklisted.
No, and I totally get that. I would have thought that since anime, most series are now 12 episodes per, we wouldn't see this episode crunch that goes on. I would have assumed that, instead of having them ready like a couple of weeks prior to release, they'd be done more in advance. But I guess not. And I kind of hope that Mappa, Bones, Dents, Kodansha, all of the studios see what was said and realize, there's got to be a change in the industry. There is absolutely no reason to work somebody to death. It's good quality anime. It's going to come out. And the thing is, you see the same shit in the gaming industry as well. People doing 12, 13, 14, 15-hour days just to get a title out in time. And God forbid you delay the title, the fans get upset. I'm looking at it this way. If it takes a couple of years for the game to come out because you want to make sure it's done right and you don't want to OT anybody, then do it. Because let's be real. You can wait on that game to come out. Work on your backlog. Seriously, work on your backlog.
I mean, that's just the thing. We've had a lot of issues in the animation department. We've talked about it with Sailor Moon.
Mm-hmm.
How those first couple of episodes that studio did, just they phoned it in and fixed everything in post production.
And on a side note, on a side note to that, and I remember discussing this with people, and someone had said that it isn't fair that Toei cuts the budget for Sailor Moon. Meanwhile, they don't touch the budgets for Precure and One Piece and this and that. And someone else has said, "Oh, trust me, they do." It's like, and they do. They cut these budgets and then go back. Like when it's time to put out the physical release, let's go back and fix them.
But I mean, look at the the last couple of years with games. I mean, everybody bitched because Cyberpunk was taking so long.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, all right, you know what, we'll put it out and then, we'll see what happens. And then they bitched because it wasn't a completed game and they had to wait for a patch just to be able to even play it. It's like, this was on you, not on the studio. Mm-hmm. You hounded them and demanded so much that they gave in to you because of that demand. Because of your whining and your bitching, they gave in. And then when you got the game and realized it was not complete, then you bitched that they gave you an incomplete game. That was on you. Take your fucking head out of your ass and let these companies do things in a timely manner so that their staff doesn't have to go freaking crazy because you want instant gratification. These games are not instant gratification. These anime are not instant gratification. That is what you were waiting for. You were waiting for them to get everything correct the first time. So, this is on you guys. Yes, they, some of these companies, they go, you know what, we'll cut corners here, we'll cut corners here, we'll fix it, we'll fix it in post. But at the same time, that is because there are so many people. Why is it taking so long? Why is it taking so long? You guys should have had this out already. These people are humans. These are human beings working on this. They are not machines, and they are not going to
Exactly.
produce this stuff as if they were machines.
And I just want to throw in there on a side, not like on a side note, but to kind of relate. When I get back from an anime con and I dump all the photos and dump all the videos, I rest and I relax. Monday, I game. Tuesday, we do the show. Wednesday, I edit the show. And I will start on the photos. Thursday, I'll work, but I'll hang out with friends and I'll work as much as I can. There was a time where, as soon as I get out of work on that Monday, oh, I was ready editing and this and that. If I have to rush like that, I know for a fact that the photos would not be as good, and I would not be happy with the quality. That's why, when I come back from a con, it's gone from 2 weeks to a month and sometimes 6 weeks because my main job pays the bills and I just kind of need to rest and relax, and it's a hobby and I want everyone to enjoy themselves.
Yeah, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I would rather purchase a game or purchase an anime or watch an anime and have it be complete instead of them going, all right, well, it's going to take us, another 2 or 3 months to finish this. So come back in 2 or 3 months and then you'll be able to play the game correctly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look at freaking Pokemon. They rushed the new Pokemon series, got it out there because they had a deadline and had to meet that deadline because God forbid people wait longer. And it comes out and it's completely wonky.
Well, some of that is due to the fact that the Switch hardware is kind of getting up there.
Well, yeah, that too. But, if they had had more time, they would have come across more of these issues. A
True.
lot of these companies, they don't have, you know, they're not given the money to have the time to take on what needs to be done. And I'm sorry, that's when people start going, well, that's why we want AI, because then I can just input stuff and get my own crap. Yeah, but that's when you also get people with, three hands and 10 fingers on each hand, and it's still not going to be what you want because it's not a human doing it. It's just a machine piecing things together. So you either have a machine piecing things together that's giving you crappy crap, or you have a person that you're berating to give you crappy crap. So stop berating people, stop pressuring them to release things in, what you want as a timely manner, and, cut the shit.
Exactly. Please listen and understand. Now we're going to get into our next story about a spy family, and I think this is kind of cool. And I watched the trailer for this last night or night before last, and my first thought was, put Chun, put your Forger in Street Fighter, or put your Forger in Tekken. Put her in a fighting game. I want to see her in a fighting game now. And the reason I bring that up, there's going to be a collab with Spy Family and Street Fighter 6. There was an animated short that came out recently, which you can find on Capcom's YouTube page. And it showcases a high-speed martial arts match between the infamous Thorn Princess and the legendary Interpol officer. Wit Studio, the animation company behind the Spy Family and the anime adaptation, handled the production of this special video. Street Fighter 6 graphic artist Chisato Mita was also previously illustrated a piece to commemorate this collaboration between the two beloved franchises, which featured Lloyd Forger, Anya Forger, and Bond watching the battle alongside Ryu and Chun-Li's apprentice, Li Fen. Thing? The Spy Family and Street Fighter 6 collab was first announced back in July of this year as a special promotion for the upcoming movie Spy Family Code White. It is going to be released on December 22nd, so definitely check that out. Street Fighter 6 will additionally hold an in-game event celebrating the movie's premiere on January 9th. It's probably when we're going to get it here or if we get some physical release or something. There's going to be a collaborative Spy Family items. While Capcom has yet to release details regarding what these items will be throughout the event, if you remember, Street Fighter 6's previous collab with TMNT included various TMNT-themed cosmetics, such as stickers, avatar costumes, and wallpapers. Spy Family Code White is the first animated film for Tatsuya Endo's shonen comedy manga turned anime featuring an original story written by Spy Family Season 2 screenwriter Ichiro Okuchi and supervised by Endo himself. Wit Studio and Cloverworks, the studios behind the anime adaptation, once again worked together on the film, with the director Takashi Katagiri helming the production. Shueisha has additionally announced that a novel adaptation of Code White, written by author Aya Najima, will be released on the same day as the film's premiere. A synopsis for the movie reads, he is a spy, assassin. Together, Lloyd and Yor keep their double lives to themselves while pretending to be the perfect family. However, their adopted daughter Anya, a telepath, knows both of their exciting secrets unbeknownst to them. While under the guise of taking his family on a weekend winter getaway, Lloyd's attempt to make progress on his current mission, Operation Strix, proves difficult when Anya mistakenly gets involved and triggers events that threaten world peace. Spy Family Code White releases in theaters December 22nd with a global premiere scheduled for 2024. That's probably the January 6th. Street Fighter 6 is available on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. I've watched that video clip. It's really good. Again, put Yor in Street Fighter. Right along. Something that's right up Mako-chan's alley.
Yeah, so Totoro's getting a little taste of whiskey. Let me get down to it. Oh, come on.
Did you break it?
No. So, Japanese whiskey maker Kumasen Shuzo has just released its latest creation called Ukiyo. The whiskey's name means floating world, the same ethereal geographic descriptor as in Ukiyo-e, the pictures of the floating world, the woodblock print that today serves as a window into life in Japan during the pre-photograph era. It's not just Ukiyo's name that has a connection to Japanese art, however, but its packaging too, as the whiskey's label and box feature artwork from Studio Ghibli producer Toshio Suzuki and anime director Hayao Miyazaki. Starting with Suzuki's contribution, the veteran producer has become something of a calligraphy buff in recent years, and his brushstrokes are now serving as the design for the written-in kanji characters Ukiyo on the whiskey's packaging. In the bottom left of the golden sphere, you'll notice an illustration in red, which is a little hard to make out in the promotional images, but it's actually none other than the mascot Totoro, drawn by Miyazaki himself. If you're wondering why this Totoro looks extra stylized, it's because it's also an ine, a seal with the artist's name that's stamped onto their work, similar to a signature. Miyazaki designed the ine for Suzuki some time back, and it also showed up in more of a rusty brown color when Suzuki's calligraphy graced the labels of a line of Japanese craft beer. So Ukiyo is rice whiskey with a 50% alcohol content. distilled in Okinawa and aged in American white oak casks. The company describes the flavor as smoky and spicy with a hint of banana, giving way to notes of spearmint, cinnamon, and bitter chocolate for a leisurely finish that's both sweet and tart with a tropical impression. They recommend drinking it straight or cut with soda water and pairing with salty or sweet accompaniments such as beef jerky, smoked salmon, chocolate, or vanilla ice cream. It is currently on sale for 52 freaking bucks. So no, it is not the cheapest Japanese whiskey that you will find, but it's got that licensing to deal with.
And before you ask, I don't think I can get that out of the country.
No, I would not ask you to bring me straight booze. I might ask you to bring me, booze flavored food, but not straight booze.
I do see myself grabbing Kit Kats. I
want Kit Kats.
I believe I put the Kit Kat factory on my tour somewhere. No, Hakone. Check Kyoto real quick.
Yeah, there are a couple of different. Like I sent you all the places for the Kit Kat factories.
Yeah, I have one here in Tokyo. I gotta add Nintendo World and Pokemon Store on here, and I gotta map out my hotel and then see how to get to each one.
Oh, don't forget to set yourself up for the Sailor Moon store too, if you can.
Oh, that's already on the list. That's in that's in Shibuya. I plan on taking a trip out there. If I am not jet lagged when I get in Sunday, I'm probably going to spend a couple of hours in Akihabara walking around. And then Monday, I will hit up all the touristy spots. No, Monday morning, I will go to Nerima and then hit up all the touristy spots and then enjoy the rest of it. And it's kind of interesting. I found out you can actually hire private tour guides of various places, but I don't think I will be doing that.
Yeah, I would just, take that information in case when you get there you decide that you want to change your mind.
But the thing is, yeah, I already have some tours I'm doing with this, but this is like third party groups, like you could do like a one-on-one sightseeing tour with someone. And I'm like, okay. Now, we're going to talk about Jump Festa. We've discussed this event a couple of times on the show here. And what's really great is that there's going to be an English translation real time for the live stream. That's awesome.
Kind of cool.
That is so awesome. So this year, the Shonen Jump Focus Jump Festa convention will stream globally, with a major part of the event receiving an English translation. Jump Festa is an annual celebration dedicated to anime and manga, where prominent creators gather to reveal news regarding their upcoming series, films, games, merchandise, all that good stuff related to Shueisha's Jump franchise. According to a recent press release via Anime News Network, the Jump Super Stage Red portion of the event will feature a simultaneous English interpretation for non-Japanese viewers. Although Jump Festa 23 is marked to be the first time the event has ever streamed outside of Japan, this year is the first time that Jump Festa will provide translations for the streaming premiere. Jump Festa 24 will be held from December 16th to the 17th on Japan Standard Time, which is in 2 weeks. Those of you who cannot tune in on these days will later be able to view the archive versions of the streams for the limited time. This year, Jump Festa is divided into 3 main sections: Super Stage Red, Super Stage Blue, and Jump Studio, with each segment featuring a variety of franchises. Red will have One Piece, Jujutsu Kaisen, My Hero Academia, Haikyuu, Blue Exorcist, Chainsaw Man, and Rurouni Kenshin. While the majority of these belong to action-adventure genre comedy, fans will be happy to know that Tatsuya Endo's Spy Family franchise will be covered during the event. The inclusion of My Hero Academia and Chainsaw Man is significant, as fans have been eagerly awaiting updates since their respective conclusions. My Hero Academia's manga is still ongoing, but the past few months has only been devoid of updates about Season 7, except for a single promo poster which was revealed back in October. Meanwhile, MAPPA has not yet confirmed the production of Chainsaw Man Season 2, but many fans remain hopeful that it will be greenlit and premiere sometime next year. The Chainsaw Man manga is due to release its next chapter within the next few days. MAPPA's other major hit, Jujutsu Kaisen, saw the debut of its second season back in July. However, scheduling delays have plagued the series since its premiere. After episode 18, MAPPA announced that all subsequent episodes of the series will be delayed at least 18 hours on domestic streaming services. Most critics attribute this issue to the tumultuous working conditions at the studio, about which numerous animators and staff members have spoken out on social media regarding. Jump Fest's other portions may not be translated, although fans may still want to tune in, as Super Sage Blue and Jump Studio will feature news about Blue Box, Demon Slayer, Mashal, Dandadan, Bleach, Dr. Stone, Oshino Ko, as well as other major franchises. Sounds interesting. By the way, I'm hearing nothing but good things about Godzilla -1. You might want to go see.
Yeah, from a lot of Godzilla fans that I know, I've been hearing nothing but good things. Like, it is a really, really good Godzilla movie. But on top of that, it's just a really, really good movie.
Maybe I'll check this out when it gets sent to home video. You know.
Yeah, I mean that's probably what I will be doing, just because I haven't actually gone out to the movies in a while.
Understandable. All right. Next up, we're going to talk about Frieren, and I know I mentioned it earlier in the show. It's an anime I started watching, and how I said it could be my anime of the year, but it's heavily leaning towards that. So, Mako, what's going on with the manga?
Well, you want to cover this one, and then I'll cover the last one?
Let me take a look at what's the last one. Yeah, I don't see why not.
I didn't figure you would mind.
Well, sure. All right, so we're going to talk about the manga Frieren. And it seems like in the last couple of months, 7 million copies have gone, an additional 7 million copies have gone into circulation. There's now 17 million copies of it in circulation. Regarding this, on the official Twitter account for Kanehito Yamada and Tsukaki Abe's Frieren Beyond Journey's End, better known as Sosen no Frieren manga, announced Friday that the manga has added 7 million copies in circulation since the debut of the anime. The series was previously on hiatus and returned to serialization. Returned in March of 2024. I think they mean March of 2023. Yeah. The Viz Media has licensed the manga, and the story is described as: the adventure is over, but life goes on for an elf mage just beginning to learn what living is all about. Elf mage Frieren and her courageous fellow adventurers have defeated the Demon King and brought peace to the land. But Frieren will outlive the rest of her former party. How will she come to understand what life means to the people around her? Decades after their victory, the funeral of one of her friends confronts Frieren with her own near immortality. Frieren sets out to fulfill the last wishes of her comrades and finds herself beginning a new adventure. The Frieren Beyond Journey End television anime premiered with a 2-hour special on September 29th. It is the first ever television anime series to premiere on NTV's Kingyo Roadshow, a Friday evening programming block usually reserved for feature films. The anime then started airing later episodes on October 6th at 11 p.m. JST and NTV's new anime time slot, Friday Anime Night. The anime will run for 2 consecutive cours until March of 2024. You can watch it right now on Crunchyroll, and it's a simuldub, so definitely check it out. The dub is great. The subtitle is great. Yamada and Abe launched the ongoing manga and Shogakuken's Weekly Shonen Sunday magazine in April of 2020. The manga has won several awards, including New Creative Prize for the 25th Annual Tezuka Osamu Cultural Prize in 2021 and the 14th Manga Taisho Award in 2021. In addition, the manga was nominated for Best Shonen Manga for Kodansha's 45th Annual Manga Awards 2 years ago and the 46th Annual Awards in May of 2022. The American Library Association's Graphic Novels and Comics Roundtable, GNCRT, included the manga in its top 10 list of 2022 Best Graphic Novels for Adults Reading list. And I can't say nothing bad about that either. It's really good. I might have to sit down and read the manga. Seriously. All right, so now we're going to get down to our last story of the night, and it's regarding Pokemon. Gotta catch them all.
Yeah, so the Pokemon Company announced last Wednesday that Pokemon Horizons, the series, will premiere in the United States exclusively on Netflix on February 23rd of 2024. The official Pokemon YouTube channel shared a video previewing the dub as part of the announcement. The series will debut in Canada on Cartoon Network and Teletoon on March 2nd, and in Australia on 9Go on February 27th. So far, the dub cast is Crispin Freeman as Frida and Ikue Otoni as Captain Pikachu. The main anime started its second arc, The Brilliance of Terrapagos, with its 29th episode on October 27th. So just like the previous series, it will be running pretty far after the Japanese version of it. So for those that don't know, this is the new series. It is following dual protagonists, Liko and Roy, which features the new series of Pokemon, Sprigatito, Fuococo, and Quaxley from the Scarlet and Violet video games. It's also going to feature Rayquaza in its shiny form. So you'll get new characters as I think it's supposed to be Fred or Freed, and Captain Pikachu, who are a Pokemon professor and Pokemon partner duo who battle alongside Liko and Roy. From what I have been hearing, there is a huge rumor that Ash and Pikachu will show up in this series. But they are not going to be
the main characters
with them. They are not going to be, part of this series. They will be, one-time off background characters. They might not even have, dialogue. It might just be that they are legit in the background running around. But that is, from what I'm saying, they're saying that Ash and Pikachu will eventually make a debut in this, but it will not be what everybody thinks it will be.
You know what? And let's be real quick. When everyone was upset about Pokemon ending, most people stopped giving a damn about Ash and Pikachu. More people were upset about no more Team Rocket.
Yeah, I definitely, I think having an aged Ash in this series would be cool to show the progression. They've also said that if they do put him in the series, he will still be 10 years old. Because, that's just how it is. But, I understand them wanting to bring new life into the Pokemon anime series. But at the same time, they have done in previous series, bringing back, classic characters,
Right.
just, one-offs here and there. So I don't see why they couldn't do something like that in here.
And as Cedar Beery says, Team Rocket had character development. Ash still needed a Pokédex to tell him what a Pidgey was. That's brutal. But and
Yeah, well, I will say
yep.
I'm pretty sure by the last season, he didn't even have a Pokédex because that was all on Go. Ash was strictly just trying to, get into being number one,
Mm-hmm.
which I mean he did. So at that point, he became number one in the whole freaking series. It really didn't need to continue with his story.
And
I wished that they would not have rushed Go's series and his accomplishments, and that this new series would have been Go, going on and meeting new people. Like, even with these two other characters, just like Ash would meet new people every time he traveled somewhere, I thought it would be cool to have Go, maybe not even be the main person, but, Brock made it through 3 or 4 different series as one of the main protagonists. So I just thought it would be cool to have Go move on to kind of merge the series, I guess,
mm-hmm.
because he's legit supposed to be, Pokemon Go.
I see what you did there.
Yeah. So, I mean, I get it that why they're, doing the whole switch, especially since, this series of games is supposed to be, open world and, things like that. And it's not the same kind of game that it had been.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I really wish they would have kept something, whether it was Team Rocket as, comic relief in the background, because let's be honest, by the end of the series, they weren't even freaking trying to, battle anymore. They were actually legit making money for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So seeing something like that in the new series would have been cool. Seeing Go in the new series would have been cool. Just, anything other than cutting everything off that had been.
Now, a couple of things that we'll get into. Meanwhile, in Japan, the voice actress, the seiyuu for Pikachu, is Ikui Otane, same woman who voiced Pikachu from day one. So I'm glad she's back on doing this. And what's interesting is the very first episode of Pokemon, they got another person to voice Pikachu, and then they switched it back, and you couldn't even tell. So I think it's kind of cool they left her original the original Japanese voice actress in. But also,
Yeah, they actually don't have an English dub voice for Pikachu.
I know it's just that one episode that they did, and then that was it.
Yeah.
Now, what's interesting is Ikui Otane. He is also the voice of Morgana in Persona 5.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's really cool. And let's see, there's another
And
character.
Chopper from One Piece.
Is she?
I'm pretty sure. She gets stuck with like basically all of the mascot characters in the series that she does.
Yeah, I see it. No. She was only Chopper in Battle Stadium DON.
Really?
Yeah. But if she is a Chopper throughout, it's not listed here on this encyclopedia. Now, here's something else. She's also the voice of Dot Warner in Animaniacs.
Mm-hmm.
And I just looked at this, that she's also the dub voice for Jodie Sweetin, better known as Stephanie Tanner in Full House.
It's Otani doing the Japanese VI for Chopper.
Okay, all right, cool.
Yeah, there's a 10 episode streak and then a movie that she didn't do. Everything else is hers.
All right. If I make my way to 90s Con, I get her autograph. I gotta tell her that little tidbit. I think she'd find it interesting that her dub voice is done by Pikachu. I mean, if it was me, I'd just be like, wow. All right. Enough about that. Let's get into meanwhile in Japan. Let's see what we got here. Load this real quick.
Yeah, I figured the first one and the last one would interest you for your trip.
Well, I mean, the KFC one has already gotten me. So the KFC one has already gotten me. So you know, but I think I will do the first story. I think I will.
I'll do the second one then.
If there's time, I'll put the third story in. If there is time. Let me do a quick adjustment here on the fly. One of the things is, as I'm doing the show back and forth, I have to open up my mixer so I can see what the volume levels are. And sometimes I have to either open up the app so I can see the levels or flip things back and forth to double check it. And it looks like the app my software just updated where I can route the audio settings of what's going on in the background, but it's just a shortcut to it. I have a third-party app that handles it way better than this. So let's go ahead and get into this first story here about McDonald's and a punny savory pie. When winter comes, McDonald's Japan pies aren't just for dessert. So it seems that McDonald's Japan pies won't just be for dessert, as they're bringing back their beef stew pies. The beef stew pie is a seasonal winter offering with a crisp crust filled with beef, potatoes, and carrots. McDonald's Japan even adds fondue veal stock to the piping hot stew because this is a fast food takeout that you eat with your hands doesn't mean you can't also be classy. Oh my god. I cannot wait to try the beef stew pie. I can't wait.
Seriously, this is what I really wish that you could bring me back. Like this. Like, I know it's not going to survive, but this is something I want to try.
It's not going to survive because I'm going to eat the son of a bitch while I'm waiting for my flight home.
Well, exactly. I know it's not going to survive. Whether or not you eat it first or, it explodes in your bags, it's not making it home. But I really wish crap like that would make it home.
You know what? What doesn't make sense is that there is an international McDonald's in this country. Like, have it at McDonald's World Corporate Headquarters. Have an international McDonald's where every so often the menu changes so you can try foods from McDonald's around the world. That would be cool.
I would love that.
Exactly. Like, I know
every single one of these franchises should do that. And do it in places that people would already travel to.
Yeah.
Like LA, like New York City, Chicago, Orlando.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I was gonna say something, but I kind of lost track of that one. But yes, definitely, I would be pretty cool, But back to the story here. But the McDonald's beef stew pie isn't just for people who love stew and foodstuffs with fancy French names. It's for people who love puns too. Since pie sounds very similar to the Japanese words for love, one of the words for love. McDonald's marketing team has decided to have some fun with the packaging, which randomly features one number of pie-eye wordplay patterns, such as pai wa aida, which means pie is love, or pai seru yoru pai shitai. More than I want to be pied, I want to pie. Oh, good lord. That can be taken so many ways.
This is Japan. They probably did it on purpose.
I don't think they realize.
This is Japan. They probably did it on purpose.
You're sticking to that story, huh?
Yep.
And the last one is Pai wo sakademo. I desuka. Is it okay if I shout pie? We also have Pai suru kimochi wo taisetsu ni. Hold on to your feelings of pie. Pai shiteru. I pie you. God damn it! That was terrible! Now I'm thinking of The Rock when he talks about the people's pie. Oh, god damn. That's just wow. Anywho, there's even more romance in the air, or maybe we should say air passing through the romance with random packages that have heart-shaped steam vents. Oh my god. And the marketing team is obviously not taking itself too seriously. Neither is J-pop recording star Takanori Nishikawa, better known as TM Revolution, who appears in a commercial for the beef stew pie while swapping pie for I in its lyrics. Oh my god. I'm having a moment here. McDonald's Japan beef stew pie goes on sale December 6th, priced at 220 yen. It's scheduled to be available until early January, so if you want to pair it with one of their Gurakoto burgers, that's also an option. I want to try the teriyaki burger. And Sia Debiri says, at least it's not like Nipaiwo. I don't get that one. I might have to look that one up. Oh my god. I'm not finding anything. Anywho. But yet funny at the same time. Alright. And looking back at that article, that reminded me of something. There was an 18 plus convention they called themselves Waifu Expo. They've renamed themselves to Kimochi Con.
Okie.
Exactly! Maku-chan, please go.
Okie dokie. So in an update, did I post this one to talk about one of the weeks that I wasn't on?
I have no clue.
I don't remember. Anyway, there was a robbery in Tokyo's Ueno neighborhood where 3 men attempted to smash and grab at a precious metal shop. The heist was foiled when an employee of the store, I'm pretty sure I posted one of these. I'm pretty sure we talked about this.
Okay.
The heist was foiled when an employee of the store saw the robbers' combined arsenal of 3 crowbars and responded by counterattacking with a man-catcher pole, causing the trio to turn tail and flee on foot, leaving the motor scooters they'd arrived on behind. The on-foot escape route the 3 men took was down a street lined with jewelry shops equipped with security cameras, so their apprehension would seem to be largely a matter of time. But it turns out there's an even speedier way to deliver justice than surveillance, and that is a disappointed dad. So last Tuesday morning, the father of one of the robbers brought his son to a police station in Saitama, which neighbors Tokyo, where he was promptly placed under arrest for the crime. On the same day, another member of the group turned himself in at a separate police station in Saitama and was arrested as well. As of the writing of the article, the third criminal remains at large, and exact details have not been released, but it's possible that the two men who turned themselves in are actually the owners of the two scooters that were used in the attempted robbery, because they just rode them up and left them right at the entrance of the store, and assuming the scooters could be traced to them and their home addresses, determined basically that they, turned themselves in.
Mm-hmm.
Both of the arrested men are 18 years old, which until recently would have made them minors, but a recent revision to Japanese law, both are now considered legal adults and can be tried as such. Meanwhile, the dramatic video footage of the shopkeeper fighting the robbers off with a man catcher has grabbed people's attention and sparked a rise in interest in the criminal submission apparatuses. According to the management of Sano Kiko, a company that makes the man catchers, named after mythical beasts such as Cerberus and Orochi. However, not everyone is impressed with the shopkeeper's technique. An employee of an unnamed Tokyo man catcher manufacturer gave the reminder that man catchers are not themselves designed as weapons. Fundamentally, they're meant to be used by a team of multiple people, each with a man catcher who thrusts them to immobilize the person's arms and legs. We cannot recommend swinging them around or using them for striking. The goal being to subdue the target is right there in the man catcher name, after all, and the manufacturer employee goes on to explain that in a one-on-one scenario, there's a chance of the criminal turning the tables on the man catcher user by snatching the device away from them, especially if the criminal has a larger, heavier body frame than the man catcher wielder. That said, against 3 people that are attacking you with crowbars, a long pole is better than nothing. And obviously it did the trick in this. So basically we're just waiting on that third one to finally, turn themselves in, because that's basically what happens in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, you have to think, knowing that places like this have cameras, why would you drive up, leave your vehicle, try and go in with a crowbar, and then just leave on foot instead of, getting back on your vehicle? Just a thought,
Makes sense. I just realized I didn't even update the sidebar. There it is.
Oops.
Now we're going to update it again, because I think it's time for us to call it a night.
I am right there with you.
So in that case, if you like tonight's show, tell a friend. They in turn will tell another friend, and so on and so forth. We're independent bloggers, independent podcasters, so what we like and don't like, we're straight up telling you right here and now. If you have any questions about the show, drop us a line at podcast@animejamsession.com. Again, that is podcast@animejamsession.com. We're here to believe you. Don't forget to check out our website. No, don't forget. Did I announce the damn email address? Yes, I did. I am so off my game tonight. I should have had a bowl of Wheaties before I started the show, but I am too full to eat Wheaties. I am on medication for weight loss, so I have no appetite, quote unquote. So, anywho, check out our website at animejamsession.com, where you'll find our weekly podcast. You'll also find anime reviews, cosplay tips and tricks, cosplay interviews, editorials, links to our YouTube page of convention videos, links to our Facebook fan page of cosplay photos, all that and so much more at animejamsession.com. And if you like the podcast, follow us on Anchor FM, iHeartRadio, Spotify, TuneIn Radio, Apple Podcasts, or whatever app where you can find your favorite podcast. Over 600 episodes. Check them out. What's cool is some of these apps will allow you to give reviews, so if you can, drop us a review. We'd like to know what you think. And please follow us on our social media, YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. It's all Anime Jam Session. Follow us on those so you know when we're going live, when we have new articles up, videos, photos, all that, and so much more. And for those of you who follow us on our socials, thank you so much. We really appreciate the love. And down below, if you're watching live, is a link to our Stream Elements, our Streamlabs, and our Ko-Fi. If you want to donate to the show, we really appreciate that. If you want, you can cheer us on with bits, or you can subscribe to the channel or give out a gift sub. Every little bit helps us and keeps the show going. So now we're going to go around the room. Last words, Mako.
Because the holiday party is on Friday, even though I'm not going to the holiday party, I still get to leave work 2 hours early.
Do you still get paid for those 2 hours?
Yep.
Sweet. My last words is, our holiday party is at work, and I'm already wearing one of my favorite holiday shirts. For those of you who are listening, I am wearing my favorite Christmas Story fighting game shirt, where it shows Ralphie fighting Farkas. And I gotta clean up. I went digging for this shirt. Well, this is it. End of list. We're getting out of here. We'll be back next week with our last show of the year, our Christmas special. We will all be here. Will you be here? We're kind of hoping that you are. So, I'm Ranma.
And I am Mako-chan.
Great fight, great night. See you next week.
Good night.
Say goodnight, Mako-chan.
Good night, Mako-chan.
Perfect. Awesome. We're getting out of here. See you all next week.
This podcast has been a production of Anime Jam Session and AJS Productions. No fanboys and fangirls were hurt, maimed, shot, electrocuted, or pistol whipped in this episode. For now. The views, opinions, and thoughts expressed on this show do not reflect the staff or the network as a whole. But we're still right, damn it. For transcripts of this episode, start typing. Check us out at animejamsession.com and vognetwork.com for more information about us and other programming. Jamatane!